What's going on, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness on your face, neck, and chest. And today I am reviewing Dark Knight's Death Metal, Speed Metal #1. There's a lot of fucking metals here. But hey, whatever. It's a good story. Written by Joshua Williamson, who just did his epic run on the Flash series, which was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, Airplane, for making your grand entrance yet again in my videos. My God. And the art is by Eddie Barrows, who did a phenomenal job. I love this art. Like, there's certain panels in this book which you're about to see, like this one, for example, is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I want this as my wallpaper. I want to put this in my room because the art is phenomenal. And if you haven't been keeping up or catching up with the Dark Knight's Death Metal entire storyline, basically this storyline picks up with the Darkest Night is after Wally West and his Dr. Manhattan powers, and Wally has backup in the form of Barry Allen, Jay Garrick, and Wallace West, basically the entire Flash family. And it's basically the Flash family trying to race through the wastelands as they try to stay a couple of steps ahead of the Darkest Night and his basically his little lightning knights or whatever, his little evil bat knights, or whatever you want to call it. And first of all, this book starts out, you have to understand that this is a Wally West book. This is a Wally West story. And this basically feels like an apology to, Wally West and his fans from DC Comics. Because for a while, it felt like they didn't know what to do with the character of Wally West, that they just showed utter and lack of respect for the character. And even though I'm not a big Wally West fan, I'm obviously more of a Barry Allen fan. I feel like Wally West is one of the most underrated characters. Obviously, he was the Flash for a long time. I think with Jeff Johns with that whole entire run, and people grew up with Wally West. I was never one of them, but I respect the character. I like the character, especially in this book here, where this book really delves into the relationship and tries to fix the broken bond between Barry Allen and Wally West. And there's a nice little moment between Barry Allen and Wally West where they understand each other, they love each other, and they show respect to one another. And really, in this book, Wally West takes the reins over from Barry Allen. And there's a nice little moment towards the end, especially towards the end of the book, where Barry Allen's like, look, you're in charge, and I want you to take the lead. Like it's your show, so you take the lead and we follow you. Because basically the whole plot line is, the evil Batman tries to take over the Mobius chair, but of course, I think in other previous storylines, the Mobius chair rejects the evil Batman, and Wally West wants to take over the Mobius chair to basically fix the timeline and fix all this stuff that's happening with, the Dark Knight metals and the anti-crisis energy. It's like all basically convoluted. It's a little confusing at times because you're dealing with the Speed Force and crisis energy and all this stuff, and evil Batman and evil Flashes that try to kill the whole entire Flash family. It's all a little bit confusing. It's cool, especially like with when you see the entire Flash family fight off against evil bat Flashes. Like basically it's like evil Batman dressed up like the Flash, and they all look skeletal and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty badass. But it's all a little confusing. But of course, there's some beautiful moments. There's some beautiful panels of, especially there's a moment where they're all racing against time, and and Flash just like touches Barry Allen. And Barry Allen slowly transforms into the classic Flash costume, because obviously before this, Flash is wearing the blue Dr. Manhattan costume, and there's even a joke about it where it's like, why are you wearing that costume? That costume sucks. And Wally West is like, yeah, I know, I acknowledge that. And there's this panel right here where it returns to where he transforms into the original Flash costume, and it's just Wally West remembering and reminiscing on all the things that's important to him. It's a beautiful moment. It's again just seeing all the Flash come together. It's a really fun. It's a great moment. And it shows why, like, Wally West is a really cool character and why he deserves a lot more respect. And again, it's a fun issue. It's a fun story. It restores it restores the faith and love of Wally West, and it restores the faith in comic book fans who felt like Wally West has been disrespected for all this time. And Joshua Williamson does a great job of, of giving the love and respect back to Wally West and his fans. So overall, it's a good book. A little confusing at times, especially if you haven't been keeping up with this whole Dark Knight Death Metal storyline. But it's a fun issue, and if you love Wally West, then you'll probably really enjoy this book because, again, Wally West takes the lead, and there's a great panel right here where he's like, yeah, takes the lead over the Flash family to try to rescue the multiverse. So we'll see how it goes from here. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Smash that beautiful like button, my beautiful, beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. Let's continue having a DC conversation as always. Keep reading DC, keep loving DC. And of course, if you never read this book, if you want to read this book, if you're interested, I would suggest you read it because, again, if you have, it does a great job of, catching you up, and, it's a fun read. It's a fantastic book. And yeah, as always, truth out.